So you've taken a bite of the apple. You've tasted rapture and now you want more. And I'm here to give it to you! Yay! Welcome to part 2 of our Let's Play of Bioshock. I'm Solon, and I'm here for the Professionalists. And I've got my wrench. And I think we're ready to get going. So, last episode, we started the game. We got into Rapture. We met some people, met these guys, and learned how to take care of them. So Rapture is messed up, to say the least. And now we're gonna get a little more into it. In that we're gonna meet a lot of new characters and kind of figure out what the main conflict of the game is. Altruism is the root of all wickedness. So that's definitely some of the dark side of objectivism right there, just looking at you. Seeing that altruism being a doing the right thing for people just out of the reason of doing it would go against objectivism in that it doesn't help you at all. And so they're saying that that is where all the problems start. Oh look, you're standing in water. That's one. Oh, you're not. Excuse me. Probably take care of you. Very nice of them to just jump in the giant pit of water for me. Holy crap, that flamethrower is freaky. Give him the 1-2 punch. Jump into that, thank you. I feel like Andrew Ryan probably knew we were here. I mean, if Atlas knew we were coming down in the bathysphere. I don't know. Just saying. But it sucks that he found us, because now he's sealing us off. Guess we'll just rob everyone blind here, eh? Might as well, I mean, they're not going to do anything with this, eh? So we've got this high alert on our tail now, just kind of jumping over wreckage and whatnot. But it looks like we're on the right path to the medical pavilion.
Right. You're trapped. Gonna try to override the exit from here.
Crap, they've pretty much found us.
So tell me, friend, which one of the bitches sent you? The KGB wolf or the CIA jackal? Here's the news. Rapture isn't some sunken ship for you to plunder. And Andrew Ryan isn't a giddy socialite who can be slapped around by government muscle. And with that, farewell. Or does the bomb you, Jack?
Well, so that's not a good thing. Oh, and those are not good either. The funny thing is that it's like super menacing to have these three guys banging on glass, but I could probably take them. Nope, back door. Let's do this. Out of here. Well, now that we're safely on the other side of an airlock, that's probably just a nice way to stop anything, I guess.
Now you've met Andrew Ryan, the bloody king of Rapture.
Now we get to start to have the idea of this debasing beauty with within the medical ward. Oh look, it's a circus of values. This is kind of just our shop. Nice little place to buy anything that we might need. Nothing right now, but you know. Alright, so we are in the medical pavilion. Just walked around the corner.
Doctor Steinman said he'd release me today. Ryan didn't come to see me since the New Year's attack, not once. But Doctor Steinman was very attentive. He told me that once the scar tissue was gone, he was gonna fix me right up, make me prettier than any girl I've ever seen.
So this must be after the riots. That was the first
in my case.
tape that we saw. That was Diane McClintock again, talking about Doctor Steinman. Oh, so here's our first instance of hacking, which is just a giant game of waterworks. Basically, the goal of the game is to get the water from the pipe that's entering the left to the exit, which in that case was on the bottom. And it allows us access to a lot of different things. We're going to see a whole bunch of hacking going on. I'm going to try to move through it quickly because it's such a repetitious task, which might be a part of the idea. That it's something that it's not welcome in Rapture, and so it's annoying to do. I don't know. Anyway, got another diary. Ah, Doctor Steinman.
Adam and Ryan. All those years of study. Was I ever truly a surgeon before I met them? How we clinked away with our scalpels and toy morality. Yes, we could flop a boil here and shave down a peak there, but could we really change anything? No. But Adam gives us the means to do it. And Ryan frees us from the phony ethics that held us back. Change your look, change your sex, change your race. It's yours to change. Nobody else's.
That's a really important monologue that Steinman has going there, in that he's saying Adam and Ryan, Ryan and Adam. Adam's not a person, that's the ability that we're using. That's the raw energy that turns into Eve that lets us shoot lightning out of our fists. Oh, it's a trap.
Who is it?
It was clearly a golden trap. Oh, our turret is very helpful. What a nice little puppy dog or pet or something. There we go. Looks like we're going to have a lot of company if they're going to just hand this to me. So we are going to want to get out of here. Maybe not that way, but got enough first aid to deal with it. Although I don't know how viable the machine gun is as a weapon. Looks like it works well enough. Although, it's never going to replace my beautiful trusty wrench. Because the wrench is my best friend. Pick up all the people's ammo, make sure to rob them. They're not going to need it where they're at anymore. Oh, here comes another flashback.
You promised me pretty, Steinman. You promised me pretty. Now look at me. Look at me.
So Steinman is the surgeon of all these people's operations, so you can see that he's got a rhinoplasty, and all of these are actually on the ground. He does medical care.
You keep an eye peeled for Steinman. The daft bastard set up shop in the surgery.
Uh-oh.
You want to find him? Just follow the blood.
Oh, jeez. Above all, do no harm. J. Steinman is signed in very nice calligraphy, I might add. It's obviously a part of the Hippocratic Oath.
Problems for the professional. As your tools improved, so do your standards. There was a time I was happy enough to take off a wart or two, or turn a real circus freak into something you can show in the daylight, but that was then, when we took what we got. But with Adam, the flesh becomes clay. What excuse do we have not to sculpt and sculpt and sculpt until the job is done?
Jeez. Steinman. Love Steinman because he is messed up. He is not satisfied. Okay, so there was a turret. Shocked it real quick to stun it. And now I can hack it and use it as my own. Gotta watch out for those red bits and make sure to not overflow and short circuit the system. Kind of a tricky bit because you have to work a few steps ahead. There we go. Nice and easy. Now we've got more friends. Look at all the machines we control. They can take care of stuff while we chat. Thank you, Atlas. Let's just slowly move away. Not our problem anymore. Alright, one more for the road.
On the surface, the parasite expects the doctor to heal them for free. The farmer to feed them out of charity. How little they differ from the pervert, who prowls the streets looking for a victim he can ravish for his grotesque amusement.
Parasites are a very important concept as far as Andrew Ryan's philosophies are concerned. He'll use the word parasite often to explain basically anyone who he just absolutely despises. Freeloaders, anyone that he assumes is freeloading for their own benefit. Adam denies us any excuse from not being beautiful.
I am beautiful, yes.
Steinman reiterating that.
What could I do to make my features finer? With Adam and my scalpel, I have been transformed. But is there not something better? What if now it is not my skill that fails me, but my imagination?
So he's this just epic transhumanist plastic surgeon, basically.
Only at 16 years old when I realized I have love for science. German doctor, he makes experiments. Sometimes he makes scientific errors. I tell him of this error, and this makes him angry. But then he asks, how can a child know such a thing? I tell him sometimes I just know. He screams at me, then why tell me? Well, I said if you are going to do such things, at least you should do them properly.
Okay, so Tenenbaum is a scientist, straight out of the out of World War II, and so that's where a lot of her perspective lies, especially politically. Oh hey, Circus of Values, little shop here. We can buy all sorts of whatever we want here, except that I don't really need anything. Maybe some Eve. But we can hack it and make things cheaper, so that's always nice. Although they're a little more difficult to hack than other things. You can see how the water's moving pretty quickly about here. I'm actually starting to kind of build myself into a corner here. If I were, paying more attention, I would notice that I've already got all the pieces I need. But now the Eve is much cheaper. So, yay. Everything's the X button, it's not helpful.
It has been brought to my attention that some citizens have discovered ways to hack
puppy,
the bending
you're hurt.
machines. Should not need to remind each and every citizen of Rapture that free
Ammo.
enterprise is the foundation upon which our society has been established. Parasites will be punished.
So there's the parasites again. Andrew Ryan does not like those.
With genetic modification, beauty is no longer a goal or even a virtue. It is a moral obligation.
Oh, hello. Good thing they're on that side.
The healthy to live in the contagion. Then why are the clean allowed to mingle with the fair?
So Steinman is really against the status quo and wants to bring everyone up to the highest possible standard.
There's a law that says we must.
Going to go a little bit crazy. That is not Steinman, but
You'll have to find some way to get through to
well, I mean,
surgery
it is, but
and Steinman.
he's going to be elsewhere.
The Lord hates a quitter.
So now we actually have to go all the way around to get to him.
Splice are sounding off like it's the 4th of July. Explosives are hard to come by down here. Can you get your hands on one of them telekinesis plasmids?
Ugh, fine. We actually... Now we have to go back. That's wonderful. But there's a couple other places that we can go and find the things that we need. Oh! That's where these people all showed up. And that I did not deal with them earlier. Kind of ran right through here. Steinman kills written in blood again. Nothing there. So Steinman in his craft idealizes objectivism in that he's trying to create perfection in his eyes.
Simon, I know medical pavilion is your matter, but you might want to cogitate on this. Ocean water is colder than a witch's tip.
Scientifically
You
speaking.
don't need the pipes freeze. Pipes freeze, pipes burst, then ratchet leaks. Now, I realise you're a posh sort of geezer, and frankly, I don't give a toss if you piss or go fishing. But once Rapture starts leaking, the old girl's never gonna stop. And then I'll be sure to tell Ryan he's got you to thank.
So, definitely the reason why Rapture is freezing. Looks like some of the pipes burst, and that caused that. Hey, we're gonna go to the Eternal Flame Wing. And that's a little representative of the Eternal Flame. We have these nitro splicers to deal with now. Back here. Oh, grenades are not a friend. We should take care of them from farther away. Worked well enough.
Security cameras. I can hear the
Oh, hello.
things
Excuse
all
me.
around you. Ryan's eyes and ears.
Not literally Ryan's eyes and ears. He doesn't really interact with them, it seems. But, better to not have those go off. Don't want to have to deal with any weird security stuff. So it looks like we're down in the morgue area. But that camera's just everywhere. Okay. So I guess there was just a button we could push. That camera, jeez. There we go. We got a tonic of some sort. Makes us more powerful. It looks like they're not really like plasmids, but they're kind of made of the same stuff. And this one, I guess, gives us health when we hack stuff, so that's kind of cool. We could do with that.
Go away, you parasite!
Apparently this person's just like patrolling the morgue area for maybe undead with her pistol. Uh-oh. I think Andrew Ryan found us. No thank you. Actually, maybe if we pin our own wings, then we could get 1,000 Atom to unpin our wings. I think this is a perfect plan. Perfect!
Light up foes to 1,000 degrees. Warning, fire spread.
Fire is known to be hot. But now we've got a fistful of lightning and a fistful of fire. And we can use fire in the same way as lightning with environmental objects. And
All roads
fire
and
does
Rapture
spread.
lead to Ryan. Security, the splicers, the big daddies, the little sisters. He pumps some kind of chemical scent in the air. Pheromones, they call it. Makes them all dance to his tune.
Kind of like bees, I guess. Pheromones are what runs chemical reactions in the body in some ways. It kind of has psychological control to an extent. So apparently little sister and Big Daddies are tied in that way.
When Picasso became bored of painting people, he started representing them as cubes
Poor Winston
and other
Hoffman.
abstract forms. The world called him a genius. I've spent my entire surgical career creating the same tired shapes over and over again. The upturned nose, the cleft chin, the ample bosom. Wouldn't it be wonderful if I could do with a knife what that old Spaniard did with a brush?
So, he is just straight up saying that I am surgery's Picasso, which is a dangerous place when surgery involves actual physical manipulation. Oh, look, fire works wonderfully. Fire makes the bad things go away. A splicer is trying to heal at a health station. Some of these health stations can be used by splicers, I guess. Oh, excuse me. I seem to have interrupted something. Double O Buck. 0451. Looks important. Looks like... Oh, perfect! A door with a keypad. 0, let's go 451. Sweet! Nice and easy. Little stash here. I'll be taking these. Most importantly, there's an Eve there. Been kind of running low compared to health packs. But that's okay, because I don't need Eve to swing a wrench. Wow! My favorite part was the part where she jumps out and goes booga booga booga! And then throws a casket at you. That one's kind of funny too. No, not the whiskey! Save the whiskey! Whiskey's gone. Oh! God, help us all. I seem to have disrupted the turret. I don't want to deal with hacking it since there's nothing here. There's a safe behind it. Oh, safes are hard. Let's see if we can do this. This one's going to be much more complicated than the other ones. And so far, not so good. Come on, man. You got to keep up with this. There we go. There we go. Okay, what are you doing, dude? Trying to be weird here. Okay. That was pretty close. A little closer than I like to cut it. But hey, it had some armor-piercing bullets. That could be useful. We got in and out of there real nice and easy. Oh, hello. Excuse me. Making sure there's nothing weird in your pockets. Oh. Oh god, it's gone. Where is it? Shoot, it's in the walls. Oh god. Those violins, they want me. Security expert. Specialized difficulty, reduces difficulty when hacking turrets, bots, and cameras. So that's another kind of, like, boost. Oh, hello. Gosh, everything is... they just want to all jump out and say hello to me today. Scary, scary people. But where'd that guy go? He's gonna be the next to say hello, I know it. There he is! Okay. Okay. You're going away now. I don't know what you were planning to do with those 2 armored piercing bullets, but those are mine now. So I guess there wasn't really anything in that place, but still helped get me a couple special things. A couple nice tonics. Oh, here we go. This is what we need. Come on. Come on, flick the full stick right. Funny how fire plus ice equals water. Did you just throw a gurney at me? What a douche. Now you're dead, because you're a douche. Gurney throwing douche. Ah, the Kure all. Look, there's a thing on the other side. Whoa, 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 whoa. 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 What? So now we have to deal with turrets that shoot rockets as well. Oh, that would be the security camera. The rocket launching thing is... Oh, it's right there. Let's just stand under it. Can't see us down here. Take care of the safe. Or do what we can with it, really. No, 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 no. Oh, crap. Well, that one was kind of toast. So, we got hurt by it. But, we live on. Okay, good, good. We're on the right track. Although, a little faster would be nice. Oh gosh, we're missing a piece. It's up at the top left, man. It's right there, too. Alright. You, me. Wow, full of ammo, though. And we get an Eve hypo. Stay right out of the eye of that camera. And rocket launchers, too. The guy is mean. Ah, Suchong.
Clinical trial lot 44, Dr. Suchong, client Fontaine Futuristics. Subject age white male, one Roland Wallace. Can you hear me, Mr. Wallace?
Yes, sir, Mr. Suchong, sir.
Very well. Right, I'm introducing lot 44 now. We've codenamed the lot 44 Enrage because of its tendency to...
So that did not sound like it went according to plan. Or maybe it did exactly. Kind of hard to tell. Either way, I want to make sure this thing does not hit me again. Because, Jesus, rockets! Serious? Freaking rocket launchers, man. Who installed this down here and thought that was a great idea? Although I'm not one to question Rapture. Not safe for kids. This is not Disneyland. Good, we keep our anti-personnel rounds in the cupboards. Good place to store them. Ah, but I still want that vial that's back there. How do I get to that? Maybe there's probably something. There's got to be something in the other room. It looks like it connects from the right side of the room. So we'll check out this area over here. Ah, there we go. Great. A great. Sorry, excuse me. Coming through. Just trying to rob everything. Some more 0 bucks. Wrench jockey! Ah, because I just needed something to tell me to use the wrench more. Remember it was how it was my best friend? Now it's my best friend. This is a legitimate way of doing business with people. Excuse me. Coming through. Pardon me. Thanks for the coffee. Bye. Funny thing is that, I mean, I'm from Seattle, and that's actually exactly how you get coffee. With a wrench. It's usually a little cheaper that way. Vita chamber. In case I die or something terrible happens. Okay, so I've got a couple ways of dealing with the ammo that I have, but I don't want to use any of the special ammo. Gosh, they give me a shotgun, they turn off the lights. How's that for fair? Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, sorry, coming through. Lots of people. Sorry. I did just get handed a shotgun, and you do all have, kind of small tools at your disposal. So that's what the double O buck is for, then. All the buck that I've been picking up, that's all shotgun shells. Kind of a older term for shells. Really makes it nice and dates it. Since these are, I mean, to put this in timing, this is a really old shotgun. This is not a thing that kind of really exists in the way that we understand it today.
At the German prison camp, they put me to work on genetic
Woo!
experiments on other
Free first aid.
prisoners. They call me das Wunderkind, the Wonder Child. Germans. All they can talk about is blue eyes and the shape of forehead. All I care about is why is this one born strong and that one weak? This one smart, that one stupid. All that killing. You think the Germans could have been interested in something useful?
So Tenenbaum takes a different aspect on these ideas. Definitely resisting the German philosophy of the Ubermensch, or the Superman. Excuse me. But looking for something very different, especially out of the idea of objectivism.
Work on telekinesis plasmid proceeding well. Lifting objects at distance presents no problem. Moving objects through space, no problem. Cannot stop speeding bullets, but can catch and throw a faster moving object. Problem not with plasmid. Problem with reaction time. Suchong just get new idea for plasmid.
So, Suchong is our plasmid inventor in a lot of ways. Doing a lot of work for this science. And hey, we get telekinesis, so that'll be a fun one. We'll toss our fire hands for right now, since I guess we can only hold 2 plasmids at one time. And this takes up a lot less science juice. Ah, gold trophy for me. Wonderful. Oh, that worked. Gold trophy for you, ma'am. Can I give you a hand? Sorry, that was weird. Oh good, another safe. This one's an easy one. The baby safe. Must be nothing good in it. It seems like all these safes, they start with the first tube pointing the, like, totally unhelpful wrong way. Perfect. Nice and easy. Do it painlessly. Alright, that's helpful. One of each and some cash money. Let's go see if we can't telekinesis some more things up. So now we've got Suchong, who's our Chinese scientist. And we have Tenenbaum, who's our German scientist, coming from very different fields. Ah, haha, see, now you are just no problem at all. Oh, except for that. Oh dear. Nitro splicers, you're just bad business, aren't you, mister?
Andrew Ryan asks you a simple question. Are you a man or a slave?
Oh, thank you, Andrew Ryan, for asking that simple question. It's interesting how each character really reflects the different aspects of objectivism, and then so as these new characters are showing up, they each show a different part of society and how they receive these new ideas of rapture. And so, like, where Suchong embraces it and obviously Dr. Steinman embraces the freedom that they have. Freedom from not only like physical limitations, but also moral limitations, and they can transcend their own ability with it. Although we see how that breaks down as well. Whereas Tenenbaum fights to stop that. She refuses to relieve her morals.
I'm here to show you a new kind of beauty. I asked her, what do you mean, goddess? Symmetry, dear Steinman. It's time we did something about symmetry.
It's obviously talking about the symmetry of the human body, so they're talking about his inspiration to becoming this Picasso. Or also his inspiration for just being totally whack. Completely wackadoodle. Guy, calm down, man. Stop being mean. There. Now you're gone. Oh, there's a turret at the end of this tunnel. This is just butts. Not helpful at all. Very well placed, I would say. If it wasn't such a dick. Ah, perfect. Exactly what we're looking for. And also what we're looking for. Not any of this is really what we're looking for, but that's okay. Ah, we definitely have all the pieces. We just need to put them in the right places now. Perfect. So, this hacking thing is not too complicated, but also takes a lot of speed. Oh, crap! This is what happens when alarms are activated. They make me go run around and be all crazy.
What can I do with this one, Aphrodite? She won't
Aphrodite,
stay
you gotta be.
still. I want to make them beautiful, but they always turn out wrong. That one too fat. This one too tall. This one too symmetrical. And now, what's this, guys? An intruder. He's ugly. Ugly.
Hey.
Ugly. Ugly.
That's not very nice. But, so, you can see that he is a frustrated artist in a place where that normally would not be a place of artistry. Whoa, watch out, environment stuff. Let's get this out of here. See if we can use this without it blowing up in our face. Not quite, but got a corpse, I guess. Throw it at him. Oh, running out of pretty much everything here. Just do it the old-fashioned way with our super-powered wrench. There's Dr. Steinman! And now, he is no longer Dr. Steinman. He is the late Dr. Steinman.
You alright? It was time somebody took care of that sick bastard.
Atlas is cheering.
Make sure you get the key off Steinman and head back to emergency access. I'm working my way to the backside of Port Neptune itself. We'll get there soon enough.
Awesome. So now let's take all of Dr. Steinman's stuff. So we kind of have this idea of objectivism being reflected in each character. Like we have Andrew Ryan, who starts on top as the leader, and so he can only continue to hone his productive project, Rapture, and make it the best it can be. And that may involve destroying and removing societal abscesses, or parasites, as he calls them. You have splicers who exploit the technologies and advancements around them to better themselves. Of course, this goes awry when splicing ends up eroding the individual's identity and consciousness, which are two really big ideas in this world, and kind of makes it more or less okay for us as a player interacting with this world to violently murder them in such ways as this. As they, in a transhumanist way of saying it, they're no longer human, which makes it okay. Even though, in reality, the other side of the transhumanist debate, that's not necessarily okay. They're still human. But hey, the turret behind me's not arguing. The lady in the wheelchair is a very stark image. Why is she in a wheelchair when we have Adam to handle that?
You know, the problem's not in your hair, it's in your genes.
Sounds like another tunnel collapse. Welcome to
Oh,
Rapture,
Atlas.
the world's fastest growing toilet joke.
Oh, more flashbacks to the plane. We definitely get that with Atlas. Well, we really don't have any background on Atlas, but we can kind of surmise that his family was pushed during struggles, and that they narrowly escaped the proceedings and the mayhem by not partaking in splicing. So you can kind of see that there's a divide in the culture pre-Rapture falling completely to crap. Oh!
It's a little one. Here's your chance to get some Adam.
It's just you and me.
And me! Hello!
Tasty Adam I can drink.
Oh, and her.
Stay away from her, or it is you who will be shot next.
I would like to not have that
Just looking
happen.
for a wee bit of Adam, just enough to get by.
I'll not have him hurt my little ones.
It's okay, lad. That's not a child, not anymore, Alex. Dr. Tenenbaum saw to that.
Bitte do not hurt her. Have you no heart?
Aye, that's a pretty sermon coming from the guru.
So
Cooked up
Tenenbaum
little creatures
made
in the first place.
these little sisters.
Find little girls and turn them into that, didn't you? Listen to me, Boyle. You won't survive without the antidotes. Things are carrying. Are you prepared to trade your life, the lives of my wife and child, for Tenenbaum's little Frankenstein?
Here. There is another way. Use this.
Oh,
Free
sweet.
from their torment. I will make it to be worth your while. Somehow.
Oh, might as well trust that. Trusting everyone else down here. So we definitely have the big choice here, where we can either rescue the little sister or harvest her. If we harvest her, we get a lot of Adam. Or if we rescue her, we don't get as much Adam immediately, and we're expected to get presents later of some sort. So,
You saved
sure, we'll
me.
rescue him. Not gonna record a Let's Play and murder a bunch of little girls. You gotta be kidding me, man.
Will become clear in time. Be patient.
Tenenbaum's playing you for a
I'm
sap.
ready for dream time.
Those things may look like wee little girls, but looks don't make it so.
Ah,
You
so
need
that's
all
what
the
those
energy
tunnels
you
are
can get to
for.
survive.
Those tunnels also protect the
If
little
you cross
sisters.
paths with another of them gatherer's garden machines, make sure you pick up a new plasmid or two. That's if the price ain't too dear, of course.
Okay. I want to read the diary first.
Not only are those little girls veritable atom factories, they're nearly indestructible. They regenerate any wounded flesh with stem versions of the dead cell. But their relationship with the implanted slugs is symbiotic. If you harvest the slug, the host will die. So you see, it's not like killing, Tenenbaum said. It's more like removing a terminal patient from life support.
So, I guess there's some ways that one could morally ambiguate the situation of harvesting small children. But, yeah, now we can actually choose between a nice little list of power-ups, basically. Increase our maximum Eve, increase health, make it so first aid kits give us Eve. We can get some new plasmid if we wanted. We can get any one of these, but we don't really have enough Adam to mix and match to any major degree. So, probably won't take much of anything. Maybe just save ourselves from taking a little bit of damage so I can use my wrench more often. Get nice and close and personal. Anyways, we are at the end of this long section. Thanks for sticking with us, and make sure to subscribe to see more of this. The great will not be constrained by the small.